mene contractors ni baako adi nkomo wose MPP ba ban no mu no 2017 no na Afari government hospital na 40% complete 40 na 40% complete MPP for the to aso aye ya na 800% complete some mo bebi mo di nipa be ko keke e na aka enti dukure na ewu mu no dukure na ewu mu no na yama pressure 500 bed o 500 bed hospital yama pressure ba ye wie se wi ade ye wie friend say traded ye Afari government military hospital so I ready ye miye pesa Mahama emfa nipa enko ho minim se Gideon me sende wo ayi bi screenshot bi ya pesa Mahama ka se wono de wo ba enipa agenda 111 obewie ni nyina se me sende mawa patofato se ne nhwa ade wo se agenda 111 wo ba obewie ni nyina ama nurse fo nyina ne ya fo madwuma me pacho wo henfa eni what me das papa was say where city newsroom was say I will complete agenda 111 hospitals to help you get jobs. Mahama tells trainee nurses mushe date no August 2024 was say I will complete agenda 111 hospitals to help you get jobs. Mahama tells trainee nurses mbacho me das wait me free so meanwhile pesa Mahama baye no afobeka kire ye say aban ni sika ya wode be complete agenda 111 enu ti omo de omayi omani enfo mo ho don be ya ne say say asori bi eni je ho say opese obeye yi a obe complete a obe partner aban se muzama 4 pom magibi Roma 4 pom magibi Methodist 4 payen ko gibi SD 4 pom ko gibi Pentecost sa no okika ebaye what is say private institution bi ana company bi ana sa asori bi a make approach ana mo power approach Methodist for any Roman for Pentecost for the SD for more hospitals akese o magano what is say your man no etimi approach wo mo enra na sa so boy na we regional minister na mo akoni wo je ne man nkwara asem nkoa en wakogina baabi en woka NDC ano asorefo no wemu omoni start di nkomo na baabi sei na enkanea substation bi ni ho enti ye ni ECG for akasa obo bekode substation akosi meanwhile ade che ya na MPP communication officer for Ashanti region Poyando expose no video no ho Poyando gina substation hu ya MPP abana yeye eso mo akoyini gina kumasi twa ntro kire enhemfo se sa de ni bi ni ho enti afa na ECG for mo makasa me ho aso wo ho video no wa bebia ye duru no NDC for ye ka kire mo na na kufu ado dog kasa me se video no na na kufu ado woni yen wakache Ghana for say John Mahama mama munyini ni because oba niema mi nyina obesai no ampa wasai no talk about one district one factory na na kufu ado ko nam over 100 ena eye adwuma President Mahama baya through the trade minister what kind of parliament say friend say one district one factory no suru omajaye ade chen ya wo so wo ye 24-hour economy na 24-hour economy no e be based on production no say through factories are ACC wo ba wo so wajaye eti wo be ye dai aye 24-hour economy no do be ya ne say wo kwoti ade bi say 24-hour economy market bone be ne Ghana fo aye papen makache mu say President Mahama wa ma mu say o ma ban mu say obebu manyo oban mu say obe enjoy the holiday President Mahama hu amamuo no say a past time and hobby sari wo hu no eniti ene aeroplane bon frama hu no kwa ene hu no kwa ene okwa won fa hwe ma okwa gina ni keke eye ne retirement mu wo no he came for luxurious retirement state sponsored retirement you know tell President Mahama aban no mu no because owofie as former president enjoyment we want me enjoy because Ibrahim Mahama plane no ye nkofo kwa say ye won wan dia no me de bini ba nkofo ke ka say ye won wan dia ya wodi tu kwan no say Ibrahim Mahama dia next what the man okrampo at least ye ne etua ho ka ni nyina won fan rent yen de sa na omuka won fan rent de ba aviation for lebeto any staff wo mu ni ade ni nyina crew na wo omu nyina no ye betu omuka say President Mahama tifi as ex-president e kwont me afford because e expensive eto peso ogide ni nti wasema mesa amra biem na metua Ghana for so ka edmugwase mu di gu me 2016 elections. That is why President Mahama is in government now, not in the interest of the people. Dabi on one interest obetimi a solidify a friend is saying legacy wealth for the family. Yanuntra, that's why he came. And you be na menu nuntra. Se ka menu nuntra e kwon ka se ye tiese mu o kosi 24-hour economy 24-hour economy market bi e wo chechiwere. Na wakọ ayi awisa wa kosi 24-hour economy market e wo awisa se eye de be ntra adwe be na wom nyansa bia nim. It doesn't make sense. Okoye do mahene ka kire no wasu mibra na akufado wa anya ya bro wasi ade kama ha etibe na ka ye bese ka complete hospital we mayen ye ne hia yen na dwadie ni de dwa no ba ko wa kire ye ankofo ko di dwa wo obi anka sa na jo 1 am wo koto emmore abeka banku wa anya bi obi anka so obi ankoto mmore 1 am na MC ya kwa pie before Public Accounts Committee obi na na ebusa no 24-hour economy do de beye ho ma wo se aman kasim omo wo edwebo ho eti wo de bebie kako market kako samuti di akoso finance minister ese agric minister ye trofo agric minister enso se finance minister ye trofo eto mu mienu ho an ye nyinini finance minister akosia for ayi international community no odwo na mu say agric ministry ye yisika mo na agric minister to no wa pochire ni hwe wo mo o say what are you talking about o wie ya no ka kire ne press aid say issue statement ka kire na say san kwara asem na wo ye no nyai ansa na explode na fa fast ni na beto abonte na Ghana fo nyina hunu say ye finance minister Dr. Kisla to forcing wo ye trofo ampa o mo statement ba abonte was what true. Finance minister will say, I my releases can be a disano scan acquire na say anko. Say acquire scan away na anko so a hefa. A true form you know, and they say go pramaso and a omoko, but penimu ni fie. Asem we be the president Biaba say finance minister and agric minister engage in open fight. President Mahama, why lame duck? The senator tutu wontiminka. Dr. George Domfe bacho mwachi emwakwaba no bacho no pursue kwa kakra bi
ya mini abeba
na wo te sen
yesu adaroma me ho ye fa
ye denya me ase anope program ni so ahwe wontimi ma se de wo eye dindindi bi no etifo ya mo na Dr. Domfe ne Dr. Bano ne Professor Azibodimo se omo beba ha ma pressure wom enso mo bomodi ye ho donti se dia me pese ka politicians timi yesi ya I don't know say be work in academia no who see the city nipa related ya minim, but a lot of people in politics also know that most of them were in academia and now mobile joining years also know about no what be say enti pro doc enema ekoso no say tourism ania yi ma me musa wa die say finance minister ene wana wo de me kan finance but say ministers mienu cabinet ministers senior cabinet ministers mienu ebetima gina bonten atutu bia ma no pupo pama we si we trofo we trofo wo nka no kre doc hefa ne yakwin
so yo asana me answer question
doc ma me read we say wo hwa de bi answer
na me de me okay
so that we be enough time I handle we no na mame en read this statement we kitu abi asana prof asana doc aba IRPP almost said na say chichin kofo basa by heart dey chichin kofo na IRPP issue statement enti me pese me read the statement in kakra. Was say statement on the arrest and detention of political opponents for alleged misinformation, its implications for democratic freedom. Was it the recent arrest of New Patriotic Party supporters, another voice of dissent on charges of misinformation, disinformation, and publication of fake news, raised urgent questions about the balance between combating harmful falsehoods and protecting constitutional freedoms. This backward reset cannot be what President Dramani Mahama promised Ghanaians when he was in opposition. While no democracy can ignore the dangers of deliberate falsehoods, the pattern and timing of these arrests suggests a drift toward the criminalization of political dissent rather than the neutral enforcement of the law. In a multi-party democracy, perception matters as much as intent, and the current approach is widely viewed as persecution and a clampdown on opposition voices. A bit to ask but IRP before and na air question about say and nema air so we are machino any time and copa side teaching the panel ya na a reason concern say voice of dissent in a democracy no ya na democracy no enyini e ma development eba but the president Mahama ye the ese wafahama and what we kasa say pe no dey apem wa pempem no akofom doc yenkoso
yo me na be mama me na wasen answer na me answer o question na obusa menchia ma minua baby maami abna
okay
maami abna o pillar 2 do me on go on signal me say me ba program so o say ya me ba ha na me jifa
correct it na mias
maami abna na ma ba ha go don so chia o fa na
chia na papa
nsamfa nkra ensama ma sorry for because I saw your Methodist Emmanuel Methodist. Yeah, I'm East Airport. Na
Billy Batobra.
Yeah, wa branch bia. Be kan say Ankaneja ko bu ade pa 1987 born. We be a won share dan nyini murusu bia
1987. We the mechano.
Oh. Yeah, yeah. Samuel Otenkwatin. Say the boy is bu ade and this ikwananka opeso be master say Olegon. To tane me kasa ya anti asempa chese wo ya ene yedi na awotwe
oh
ewo Emmanuel Methodist so unza me wo black man na chese no entra nti enchi bia me so yakwaja
onkafra
masafufu nyina ya akọ no you be am boys brigade chese bibia everywhere we be bia wo very respect chese obuade obuade na nyame nenim de oye
obehwe obi so odidi obia tem ewiade ye de obok so wana wode ho dendende
o social media uchiro bibia no aba tini kwazia eso no ho dendende
no na mu ewiasa nyame dia
beja na meshe mema abusuanfo ya akọ asafoma ya akọ ye nyina ye nhyeden yo minua na o kan sembi se yete na nkratu bi se two ministries ase wonchu kakra aba wo muntam na yede ne ma no koba asa in fact me ti ye na me ngonga kakra this is the first media house on me dis ankomo na ya adom FM bi da FM or TV omo ye interview ema make say me madwene mu de in fact you guys can do that level no crap as a governance na no yenhye dante ase na wo hwa abawe ya Mr. Kakra as a nipa bebebe wo ma sabe imperials amamu no kra wo nte ase bruni beka se wo ye inexperience na nkanye zanga minu ase me nkanya asem kra de ewo honi se afiso na ye budget finance minister onu na ejina mu ema ministry bia ne government agency bia no usika ubehia ubeyisu na afi no omo no mu bedi hu nkuta no maka ni nyina abom eno ne ka ni nyina abom a ye fe ne budget no ze ready budget ni wi a na appropriation ye koye ye kotoso aba ni ade nti omo be ya na bia zi twasika we ma agric ministry tubo nso omo ya na yaji atum na parliament aji atum wo ha esi edisika we ma education na parliament agye atom so omu gigi sa sika no tuma nkyere se sika no aye ready de wukodi yemfa ne say the year 2025 aba no budget udi ka ready no so best spend this car 269 billion on commitment basis but the year no na aba na spend this car 233 billion that is a sika be 36 billion na o kan say obidie no wantimi ani ejina we so na da bia me ka kire Ghana for say ase minim ba bia e say ye ni yakosua economics no ye de nya say di ejina ama inflation aba from the economy na ye economy aba so obedi sika 269 billion now why end up spending 36 billion why spend this 36 billion no enye one ministry e ministry ni bia bi e bia Greek ye kan say be bibi enam se sika na bansa nka de no opening no ye ntimi anye oko education asa road bi ekwa bi e ka say be ye ntimi anye nti aba no promise a o maaye e wo April ne budget na sha say first April e ye adwuma no emu 36 billion wa ntimi enye sika anye eno ko ye huge enso sa se me wonu akoka o kan ya na amanfo aba ediwachi ebidi watem so I say yeah why see the from no I mean see
na
dollar janu huya obi timi send me message say na wo bi a o chade o legon no abon sa no inflation ko from no huya aja who's allowed to be a serious na first na ha me kakra na se na me huya hu say yes Ghana nyina wiase nyina amana se be yadwen wo for paalo ye ne to so o chene je say o ma mako nso pe na Ghana o ba
ya de chen wo mu
yadwen wo from dodo je say enipa ne ka asem na wo no many years of training in economics ne niema wunim so technical no na no asem ba ku bi a the party ni bi ko gina ba bi kan enye no kure no wagye atom wagye tum wi a opese wogi ono no de no ntro no ne ignorance na o expose na ese wogi ni di wotene de na sana wo fa ne de no wa amfa de a ne wa bon tina no me to be Facebook when me buta say akukudro be pa na no sa angofo no wo no
omo akukudro
because you have no idea about these things onti ase you monitor policy no unsuya bi da fiscal policy unsuya bi da ya na ye ka budget ni nsensem ya ne za discussion say na ma kakra afa waso ade a wuhu no behind the figures there are a lot of things there are a lot of things former governor one can say betimi the city about 10 cities
what kind
enso so menye it is atam no chese ko ye anenke I can say ono na ya ade ade bia be bia won sunsanso papa ni sunsanso bone at every time no betimi aba say ene wo betimi aye ade bi nsu kina na sa ade no ye enye bibia no ejina contest no so what I say na dia ye ntwebo any attendee na wa bon na why you say because I take a class when inflation comes down it is the best in the inflation above farmer a certain joy don't for was or chere ade we legon say still economy no problem intini we jimi
eti doc e de be ma empanifo mienu se finance minister won release this cano ebetima ko gina international community program ase na wo twa ntro say medicine say this ama agric ministry na ministry no of agric no so ababonte say masa jaja wo keke kana wo boa eche omo say yampa eche no masa pusi agric ministry bi mama what dey disbursement no receipt ni na ba say we menya be bebe na me de na makono kro boli say omo ya no masa aye no percentage say we 80% ayi na and you receive we so 25% we say e de na be mana bad na ba
the man
is it because of presidential unity
the man ko ba say nyina gina de ba ko say no oma ayi Musa Dankwa amomate ase say omo they are winning 2028 or say will be your best stand against Bahomia bia na be winning and omo jinidi omo ne na ye adwuma nti ama stakes na very high say wa I'm a flag bearership contest no obe winning on the ticket of NDC bia and automatically wa be Ghanaian I'm a president
let's say wasa be ka say enrich ya enrich what dey bia ku bia ba say asante region
change no ono a friend is agana wa agana 2
ajana 1 ajana 2 ajana 1 ajana 2 ajana 1 ajana 2 aha
ono oye ni nyina he doesn't feel as so fufu bi o se nkoma nkoma no wia say the city be because they are trying
both teams to win
research away there me pese me kan ho answer my premise is say omuji ni dinti no stakes na very high ekoye high say no mate say era ato forcing say oko no no kwa den na ye me nwa kakra ba jagana for say waba be force me dey me say onye hwe I can say it everywhere so onye hwe ni ti na ye ana oba ye no na wo esone ana okoda say no ono so what I say
yeah
onye hwe enye no bi na ebebi me koka anka me konya asemi so no what na me ka jenza manza onye hwe and the figures support that say most of over 90% of what we are seeing we would have seen it with him or without him.
Yeah.
Because there was a policy program and things were moving. You know. It mean na me chire mu say your budget na I mean appropriation no your parliament na dey eji atum say sidi nko ha srek nko ha teku nko ha na parliament sa appropriation ni gitum say sika we nko ha sika we nko ha sika we nko ha sika we nko ha wi a na ye wie no eye asade say ye begege ame revenue say ye gege revenue ema abayin sakesika eno na controller and accountant general the department ni say sika ni nyina abeko say sika ni kodu controller and accountant general ha ema omu usika omu ne finance minister tedi nkomoda bia anti appropriation say bia emremu no ye kan say ye bema ministry of agric ye bema omu bia 100 cedis ya na normally no every 3 months be ya friend quarter no normal dey scan bi ko na sika na be ko no ejina sika dodo ewo accountant general aswe the finance ministry no omudin nkuta ho all the time na finance ministry na dey awoye ne say wo hwe petatakra no so wi sika kakra wo ho a na enye one ministry government agencies ni ministries ni adade ni nyina no na edey wa hwe budget mahu say sika sei na ese wudi at this time ye betimi amase enti eno na ono obe endorse enti wo endorse wi a ono de obetimi akase ono na so ye no ede wa sanction say ye mfa sika ne ma but it is not automatic because ono no sanction wi a enkyere say sika no e wa to forcing aso ye ena ese agrek for no mokose sa gunkentem na moso na modeko it doesn't work like that enti asem we it could be say ato forcing we nitro na so ye we nitro esida self finance ministry ohwe appropriation ni mu ehun sika ese wunya every quarter na otimi edisa endorsement no ekoma controller and accountant general say munhwe na de munfa sika we ede enkwa na controller so sa endorsements na wonya no ya na nye for only one a year ministries ni government agencies nyina akono enti kwa omuhye agency a ewomu se bia health ministry asembia si prekopa omu no omu sika no ehia omu pa ti omu ye ne sika no nurse a omu hwe sika release a omu ya ebetimi omu anya ebetimi de asudie kese bi aba no eno na beye omu priority na yede immediately no na omu release sika no enti ya na sika no ekoduru accountant general from finance ministry no enye automatic se koduru wa na ada na edisika na bremo etime agric ministry no na me no omu atize omu anhye dan they didn't behave well sa na meka no nanka ne papa mu no omu se when finance ministry ka se wama that endorsement no the next place na say omu ko ekohwe ne say has it reached controller and accountant general
Dabio wono finance minister no wanka say wama ese ko offer say endorsement ana
o de kind no kan say
what say omu discount ma wo mo
no sir ono no sika no de ama no one release na sir obey endorse a particular amount.
Okay, for me that may even be beside the point a person discussing. So when the second as and home put the near say because it's a okay technicalities be womb. One do I release it from the home and maybe a controller and then quiet it will be someone or because a media medical.
Exactly. And
to back question say echo a say GRA light the for VR for the I generate na could do grid ko na emedru ye ho no wo de finances but same personality ya e wo so mi enu etim to man no ho abonten
me say senka discipline
yeah
adwuma no and kese a president saki wo mu nya
ni asam no
because omo behave well crack because na make say finance ministry so de ade na kwa we nya de kra na kese the third person ti Mungo every ministry be our director of accounts. Mungo be our accountant. It wana no minister of agriculture no. E wana they were consulted or director for accounts na my accountant no. Na ono consulted controller accountant general say yeah decide release we aba say muntua na. Na ade na menti so what has
yeah
na no kran say ko ba say uko finance nya no credit finance ministry this information akoma controllers of physical na mawa cabinet issue ubetimi kura frɛ the minister of phone so what I say so if say bia wonye ne wa asem so a every week bia no mo ye cabinet meeting you can raise it there we ya nim guase pa che say ni kwase me kwam tie na me nwanwa
yo
omu mi pese me use words bi but omu ankyere wo hwe Asante regional minister ne sune ne ba ne nsama woka na wokohwe saa nkrofo yesu mi enu niam eze papa ne ministers no akwese sebe mpreduasa omu ntimi exhibit maturity
okay
so especially with this because asimwe eni kwase nka third person creative
and doc wait me define you wait me define affairs ministry papa and na yema nko che diplomacy I see there was choice of words in idea why very diplomatic and generous mama ko Peter ho
na nim say na me tie ya na no ya me wo problem certain ways asem no say this thing me cancel this but my choice of words
yeah now you careful
so I
just say be nipa wo so twa ntra to so and the whole na ya de and the waji Peter Ankoma deputy editor Dispatch newspaper Peter iso na eto ye ka chenkofo iso na eto nti besere no monye careful mun slow down e wona me bebre mu na e me ya wo mo a busumi omu ye ye wedding ya ade ye ko wedding bi wo ye nua ba ko wa se cappuccino de couple wo ye wedding ko se de twa mu wedding na se start no pattern I started be 3 what you say ntino Peter yenkoi
Kwame mechiao echia dog echia atiefo ne ahwefo ne ayin and Kwame for the first time me say nyoma bi a dog aka no me ne enya adwen kaka
okay
because asem na esi no asem kesi o
she
Kwame hwe na misrew asem na esi ye no minister no e ka asem no abuchire no na agric minister not ho
me wo video no
agric minister no not ho
and wo et no de ni hwe ni sei no apochire nani
no me not ho man e hu ni say dog una wo finance person dog me pa chow nyame mu nokure ye tua 85% of a release to a ministry in history pay within 5-6 months
I know the intensity the na me na e ho no asasa question obi ebusa me am na me ka say agric ministry na ankasa no sikane ano muta chemu 9 every quarter bia ne biko
yeah
but agric ministry no say na omono agency farming season no fair during the first quarter no mu hia mo but it will not be more than 50%.
That say budget
it will not be more
sika ya budget ministry na ministry no before half of the year
because my
85 that's what the minister said
aban ye ko ye nimu
yes
ye ko ye nimu no aban is obediska 302 billion Ghana cedis
yes
And during the first quarter, no, they were able to generate around 57.5 billion.
Yes.
So I just.
Ministry be 85% of our budgetary allocation.
But me then make can say so almost I release 85.
Yeah.
A controller. Unze ya won share. Men can say finance ministry didn't throw. Anka free director for finance. Na can share is there.
On check it.
Or almost check it. Almost check it wieners and tisa. You go to you petition. I'm a chief of staff. Another more cabinet. On there, some of the amamu buffum say, on there, I mean, esi nye bubi mamu. Na Nkobasa resident say Ashanti regional minister. Na Akusuye Kuma. I mean, ube din komo some west. Did America say?
Yes. Choice of west.
I mean, say them is mempe. I can't stand. Mufanchame. I did be a Nyansen. I can't stand it. So I'm mempe those things, but I tell you, choice of words, and maybe why you can. In fact, Ukraine no year cry, no come be on a bedroom or ubitimiaka. But Sebi, Senkoda or na baby or yanka. So I just say, now say a whole minister ube call that level, no, na Sebi ubi bar. What can't want someday. I think it's too below belt.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, so o may be more and I be beer and can be crank and capamo that.
Yes.
Indeed. My man can't na kufu out of bresso. And then the minister be
deputy minister.
Listen ka anka see so see. Kadia mo be yanone sa clergy religious so I just say by antefe. And to kwa esi kra no. Also mo gu abaye nani mas. Seriously.
Yes.
But what say NDC government be an party be almost standards. Yeah, almost standards.
Yeah, Doc Matthias here. The point I'm making is first, no, the entire finance ministry, and your finance minister now is a kind. A deputy finance minister, no, I'm paying and a kind. Into me, I want to assume, say, it be ampim no, 1 year in because as I buy after say Agriculture Ministry issue statement. No? What is a finance minister issue statement on it?
Maintain.
I'm make am want be a. So I want to assume say deputy finance minister no nim ni oka. And I'm say the why would you say it has never happened in history. Say the first 2 quarters mpo 85
first quarter was some near second quarter
second quarter
na second quarter still you
Matthias here. So it has never happened. Say
first quarter really.
First quarter, second quarter. What I mean, the stretching on. Second quarter, 85% of releases echo. It has never happened in history. And to clearly know, for me, the deputy finance minister no. Only any year. Me person because we can't draw. Okay. Now ni eba sa na omo kan sa ni wie no. E na true joy from omo release
and yet deputy finance minister now 1 year in the year. He was representing the finance minister.
Matthias,
the finance minister anyone on a true statement and he wasn't talking external.
Oh, he was reading a statement.
And a finance minister cracked hand what you kind to force the chantro.
No, a bit my say e be all kind of hono or a on one adreno or the cafe.
Or all kind of.
Yes, it's possible. What my mommy say as communication director me can be mouth. Say bounce that be best mommy.
Of course.
Me kaya it happens.
But who can say utia? Who can say no cry?
You will not be wrong. People will not be wrong to accuse who say won't be a.
But Vaseka, who can you know? And they be a mistake. You hear some can say with them patch on me try I want not uncle.
And I'm saying you in finance minister omo kan hu.
Yes.
They Nicodemously issued the statement through Command Joy. Say Ministry of Finance publishes official document confirming over 1.6 billion has been released to the Ministry of Food and Agriculture, representing 85% of MOFEST 2026 budget allocation. So
I almost had a control graphic front page. Damage control no more.
They lied. The so-called release now. It is only on allocation for goods and services and capital expenditure, and not the other releases. Comprehensively. Some part be release 85%. which is and no cry no me share figures no me the finance person there but so I'm sure the argument was release only for goods and services and capital expenditure and not a great ministry na budgetary allocation.
As a woman, you are getting something very wrong.
Okay.
Which is
Na mame mo amokakra.
Okay.
NDC never lies. No NDC omo nitro. Ghana's Scar Service. No Ghana's Scar Service. Boss Babe can say the year under review 2025.
Yeah.
Omo ohwe ni data ma omo timi create a little over 300,000 jobs.
That's true.
President Mahama
call State of the Nation address on Ghana for
equal 2 no
1 million.
I can say I'm 1 million.
Yes.
Actually, omba be chiri mu say the President Mahama kan no kre. No omu standards.
Yes.
Omu standards. No, unfortunately, it is endorsed by CSOs. It is endorsed by the clergy. Asofo pepa, especially Kumasi asofo. One man churches. Omu pepa. Me nim the drain na me petrol.
Oh,
so omu antiwe ayi assassin we as na no obi di bibi beto say of presidency no omu budget e wo soro pa Nana Akufo-Addo press over 1,000 you know compared to now about 700 or 800 you know sikano wo soro pa me na me bu afu pa me tie na me bu afu pa ene na mu be hu am NDC omu bi bu abo boho me two binchi bi akumase so me pick farm ewo fufu
yes
enti emprakufu na me yebi ti mi ko tubi no it was just around 12 to 13,000
yes
so and 100,000 only two one boho and that is their history e kwai kura yeyi we the commune ko busare
ebi omo de no matumu tiles marbles no my year no painting
almost so this one too has PhD because there's a chance yes and on some na kwaya sa ayi mu kwaya for the expedition kwaya
do the professor
and 25 million euros no more there now they say they are source say onkoye rehabilitation 63 million 63 million yeah ako procurement
actual amount the DC kwan
enti me ana me nata mana omo ho no wo de obi enji mechenyi no onkowe 6 unit classroom block onkowe
say before 2016 kra MTNC is similar one
and ayarega
no they are in business theirs is not ya be ya mo bi wan to you
yeah but
their business now in the process of doing that no omo timi ye mapo no gi omo di so what I say enti draw no na omo budget omo ready na kono ko fa budget na ready we say tronko
okay
me ba entronko ministry Akufo-Addo town na e wo ho a mo town eni ho no some ministries ni bi dini found their way wa bra just cast and paste say na mo kan copy and paste and omo ye and nsensam ekwaya that esuti omo man 3 reasons be na wuti awa how do
mama picture rap up
people still understand ejitum amam for jidi misramo monkomo na mudin ha no NDC doesn't lie
but the point I made is say
omo standards
the point I made is say the Ministry of Finance as man omo kano those are great no your capers your goods and services omo onko ketenkete
capers in the capital expenditure
and all about sector bibiri and omo locate scaring na enti the deputy minister for finance he made a mistake that's what made me put in mildly because officially you releasing my joy the better one the total allocation for only capital expenditure and goods and services and almost 85% because naturally the total release no 85 it doesn't make sense it has never happened say in history within the half of the year ministry be releasing 85% it doesn't make sense and clearly no money any but me feel say a slip I was think about better
slip
because ekobasa no the Ministry of Agri issued apart forget about atemidie no that infantile propaganda na the ministry issued official statement official statement omo chechem say omo total release omo nya omo buy this year 12% omo go to figure ni nyina and omo ma breakdown say in terms of goods and services now ekora no omo nya mu 15%.
Me uzi na mesme hwa wa ha na say
omo nya mu 15% and omo say nkon ketenkete omo nya mu 27%. Omo go to figures ni nyina but time ni and omo chere say fertilizer say omo nya mu only 3%. This year now 3% of omo allocation no release our Ministry of Finance dey amomo 3% per and about buffer stock sebia nkolai school foi edidie ni aduane o so mto ne ye ma unse MPP ta omo ja aduane wo ho and bi no omo buy in the early January last year omo di bi come nkolai ni didi
yes
this year no release
skanko
skabia enko ho no kura okay ena capes nso omo che say capes this year and also no release this year capes omo no release
wow
ena irrigation nso akeke so me irrigation so irrigation so no this year and also 27% and omanya
agric ministry official
statement issued and signed by their public relations unit.
Okay,
so and you share say ampa say capital expenditure no omo anya fan say 27 and am fan say the goods and services and also 27 pa and na omo timi konya 85 as finance ministry and boss no now what you question I was stretching now then who say a purely internal election who leads omo and I cost
omo go aba na ni ma say
no
who you say so
because
mebo ade omo yi no magana lose international credibility
yes
because you say mo ministers are said in periods omo ye immature sana sabe omo ye immature sana ema who lose international credibility and now I am everywhere we must say PCI or what
yes
but dangerous yeah say I'm a president ni so I not been say o person near ma koso pa ankasa 2 minutes ankasa wasake o including the other ba akoso kuma
all right
me feel say internal but o share here say dingitia clearly undermining the presidency and abiding nyina also here thank you to say could be at the almost 2 years they here thank you to now thank you to no kwa at least you should go with your executives
that when the court abandon to my president Mahama
so
one wa thank you to every year I think somewhere March 2025
and on so bi a cabinet member
was it this woo
na mo say as a nemo ham ho pa and this one almost standard do
okay
na mo ma ye Ghana asem
na we beba
no okay almost standard I dey
so okay Callisto's statement now or try
my rapport my man 2 minutes we are beba ho
Callisto's statement or try about the general election na so ma Ghana
doc you see facho misrawo
you ko so ye kan o e serious o
obi a we executive secretary to the president ye ne ye thinking no say won so on put wo so chen say entokwa na enkwase entokwa na ekoso between ministers no e wo susu aso bone
nkwase aroso
oh do ya law da be enkwase entokwa say e wo susu aso bone wo timamufo so ye ne yesuro na Dr. Callistus Mahama we kasa we chochofo panyi e ma president abeka bi mam just one paragraph bi
ono na e wo say o act
you know yeah president is what
na you know sign your letters
oh say the chief of staff
it doesn't matter as secretary or some letters
the chief of staff ne entinin kan
o say
entinin kan
o ne fa ntun che na but the point I made trying to say mate say wa frɛ ministers ni bi no ma meeting but omo no so ade the man hu say ya te say agric minister onya akonya na
ope say the con
ya te say finance minister onya akonya na no so ye de ope enti naturally no you should expect say there will be some cold war kakra but the truth will have
it shouldn't come public that's my
and Callistus Mahama say okay in the paragraph now say barely a year and a half into this mandate it is sobering to reflect on how quickly attention has drifted attention has shifted the nipa na also acting Because they say on your ambition, be as or be leader and our pay Akunyano. And also now secretary to the president. In the assembly aba, next BBS here, now sign on letters. So you should be able to write on behalf of the president, cautioning them, and as calling them to order from transit. Say, the agriculture minister, you lied. You didn't. It wasn't the total release. It was only on KPS and the EP. So go and
a cabinet issue.
Yes,
but a cabinet.
Now, dog.
Na apology be by honor say
dog cabinet in say NDC yatete. As see what cabinet anti as anya adwuma ya man instructions are omunni so. That is where the Callistus secretary no should write say at the meeting there ya again say ABCD. Now minister we nya into konekoye.
Is the president in charge?
That is the problem. He's not. Because ideally, why should he even go and even meet the council of elders? Some issue statement. To call a Senate and others who are campaigning to order. You know. When you are the leader of the party.
I can understand. Me Pachero Gordon. I can understand. I mean, president, is in Yankopon Adaroma. The next 2.5 years or co. So what you say? Whoever that comes, still our intervention anymore. Say Omo eja Putin Adaroma 2022 name or the buy Magana for yes inflation could do 54 there. I hear said they will never forgive him. Intended the Umbedia they be crossing 90 years. And somewhere you see na name be koso. Here to Dama be mu go to be near 90 years. And I'm for be to talk. Ninu yin sense me near that. And no crown what be a bank. Meso mami me ponji. Ninu yin near me be a what to talk near there no. Obey come and say I'm a president be mu yana no. Na nipa obeba say yes you don't get here. Say ye atofo and say ye hwan. Eja one ni me problem.
Okay, Mati.
It mean the president that is like a meme about.
Mati, Peter, now also make a point to be.
The main making sense.
But we are not a bad.
Callistus is worried. And our issue statements say, too early. Say a man for us started. Our attention are shifting. Or we know can say. In fact, this time governance a here concentration. But you ask yourself, are the ministers concentrating? No. They are doing an issue statement. Still, they are not concentrating on president party like we said, serious so be or say the NDC future age na amamo ye koso isu
okay my men doc doc you share economic outlook no enema to say na say fuel could do 15 cedis per liter. A little over 15 cedis per liter. I as me who say NP for statement be want to say so transport fares so that's why mu adding enema e bolo kwa ene koso but you chamfo yin kakra economic outlook no etiseng
na ma mensa business de na de mini pitaka me the other some ko minya kwanka aka mental because I don't know who say some people name ba me ne nya adwem
sir that be
answer na me comment mu it is never true say NDC's future depends on what they are doing today.
Why?
NDC's future depends on propaganda. Omo de bia say omo ya ma na the omo ya ba 2016 ni omo ya 2014 2014 2015 2016
yeah
and you must say crap busi omo boy no about make borrowing make debt accumulation about bia no wa be di Ghana so what accumulated debt within that I mean in the history of the fourth of a republic we papa read is Rollins Obekono na Ghana they cost 7.1 billion US dollars. Kufuor the less than 1 billion they back they call 8 billion. President Mahama mills buy what they can grab you around bare 4. Now President Mahama buy within 4.5 years what do over 15 to Obekono you can move from 8 billion to 29.2 billion. They could do stage beer. Now Kufuor don't buy you could bobo siande they could triabos. That was one of the reasons why 2021 you want because 2021 market now ko bobusia dey betua bosia no market no so wa downgrade you and then Ghana nko one day they downgraded over 46 countries because of that afternoon no TV3 interviewed me because na global economy no in the buy na temple na near sense na enye Ghana nko Southern America, Africa and Southern Asia one day they downgraded over 46 countries. It doesn't happen. Ghana was one of them. Now yet the man is serious and they say na ye do situation bi a Akufo-Addo ko bobosia no da betua bosia hwe ne ma bebrebe Akufo-Addo ye nyina no ene bosia obokotua bosia no the $20 billion they can Ghana
but propaganda na wo kan dog Mr. Wo our limit say no Ghana for ne yekosi say omu nyoma mo promise ya 130 so mo adwuma nipa ne nya adwuma nye obae no your solution is so we are najo market
Kufo so, di ba meba Kufo di bibi boy say for national health insurance e sha say ye adwuma pa na nipa ni age pa NDC sha say e campaign ho say it doesn't make sense say every year bia no obetua afeso a e betua premium na omo be ye one time minti bi we ase da oh the moment it becomes one time payment it seems to be of insurance so what does but umutimi kan ema eye campaign wo ma Ghana for GD me misro NDC there obetimi kura aka ama obi artist say MPP ne create Satan Ghana for BGD
no but you see ya say but say no Ghana for but say no omo abem propaganda no umutimi nya ni be na say Nyankopon bo the next MPP campaign omo be ye no they will not allow them to do such propaganda.
Ejina ni pebi tisao. Ese mo ma anyi mo ho ankasa he.
Because with him
2020 meba. Mama nkanse bincho meba. 2020.
Yes.
Ye research. Ni ese ye hwa ade na Akufo-Addo aye ade pa Ghana fo ani age ho pa. Enti na the whole Ghana all constituencies. Ye ba question ebusan say kanem na Akufo-Addo aye woni age ho pa. Na kanem na Akufo-Addo aye woni nye ho pa. Ye wie no na voter region Uti region and some communities in the 5 regions in the north. Adia na Akufo-Addo musu adia nya Akufo-Addo aye pa no free SHS. Oh, we were shocked because we share other regions na adia na Akufo-Addo aye omani age ho pa no free SHS was accounting for over 80%. Na ukoshe vote ani uti a was low and some communities in the north no na ye ntiase nti woni ye dispatch ni pa say yenko ye qualitative me interview near hade the qualitative no me na me call voter region. I was shocked say me here focus group discussion senior house master of a secondary school was one of the participants. Me cast and I said no my brother you shouldn't have asked this question because that I'm free SHS is silly because of free SHS ask them uko from now day what do you never your top almost there be what so enti it is a problem almost dispatch nipa tie ba ufia na why you Peter then no edin my girlfriend na jam free SHS na ye ba na se ba be hu say why you musu kaka na o yare bi a ofe malaria bi na ya na enko
free SHS
free SHS na eti omu ye and the people believe say free SHS and amomo eti ye wi no ye report ye nyae ne na kire say esa ba twa free SHS me say be ya problems e dia ba ni nyina be kwa amomo ho ato wo
doc eye
no mo nya hode no mo hye
obekwa yie no
o mo nya hode no omu de ahye omoma eti you can see if I Ghana for no first na me kan na me to sebi eno de me nto ho sebi ya dwene wo from ebi na age ebi no mu de dodo na ade se ma nya je se ma nya hey dodo na eno de me nto sebi no ya dwene wo from papa so we share and some politicians ne ba be ka kire me agidi na ho me these days am I careful pa abane am tunwie ya ne e bomb
Matthias me nyina so ne say
NDC propaganda
ko for na wo say omo act no because o kan kaliso na o de kwa wie na I say na bamabu is o call say o pacho no omo was omo act no say people should be disciplined, people should be humble.
We have head of state.
Oh yes, but of course warning the summer for
so double
warning the summer for but you are rather calling for discipline, you are calling for ceasefire and you are calling say why also chair president the danger that what
omunya cabinet meetings ana cabinet And all those people, all these are
for
cabinet ministers, isn't it?
Yes.
So the Pakoko cabinet minister, sometimes you can invite him.
Of course. Go on and sign a letter. No. I was all from one address no. Who complete Ghana for? And I will to in the open. I just said what to for a demo mind or mind tea.
Yo, mammy answer my question. So go down.
Okay,
economy anymore.
Eric say Gideon say ready fatos mam he said me send anyway. Was say BOG withdraws 17.24 billion Ghana cedis from banks. Story in here. Was say the Bank of Ghana BOG has withdrawn 17.24 billion Ghana cedis from the banking system through the sale of its 14-day bills as part of efforts to keep inflation under control and maintain the stability of the cedi. The move shows the central bank's commitment to reducing excess cash in the economy, which can increase demand for foreign currency and push prices higher. It's where you mean 2 paragraphs are married, you know.
Kwame omibisa sembi.
Doctor, na me busa me dey.
Ayi wa kan am kakra. And them say governor no say ye hwe no mienu. O kan ni statement na o de be cheche me kan na o boy na. Initial om deny na. Em ya say em say em nem cut up my document na ma. O jitu mu say
sa we are koku ba go.
Say o hold one free.
Oye nyina yesu ade o. Unim say o jitu mu say sa kan na ba initial om deny na che om
jitu mu no.
O say sa nyuma omu ye omu nye bie o
open market operations.
Yes. O say
my memo was 16.7 billion.
Yes, o say they will stop. We say because no che ni omu be ya emma this emma bio
any BOG withdraws 17.24 billion from banks.
Na won san ye bio no. Very reflecting.
But we don't go be ba man mu say one year na yi na one tia so that we be what to make deliver.
Waboka
mbacho medasi
ye be kan foforo no o se anya no kure e na true wa wo statement that we issue here no God be so good we be tum sampa e kan e bi sha e na we na wo kire Ghana for say going forward no Ghana BOG emmo sa aka ni bio into what finance ministry class o ma meboa even though finance ministry say kona koye untena e na ko solve problem no e na wo kire Ghana for say nyoma bi wo a onye say be ya next year no say e be your audit this year e ka no e be dey ebe free work na se kanimam na this year ya nyoma wo ka se wonye no wasa eyesisia as reported by business a year wo kan then it means that next year people will be record another loss.
Yes
brother it's dangerous and you question obeka chair say you know now there was no artificial influence bia o
and so actually already time
the mama abedi tum no
actually aggressive
international o mienu o se hwe ni ye
mati
na hwe ni let me feel kind as much and as Addison was building a country, he was building an economy. This man is building a party,
but was subim
and as Addison he was building an economy.
Okay,
Asiama is building a political party.
Okay,
I mean, he's not serious.
Okay.
He's not serious at all. Now, when him, propaganda no so no.
But over tell you free so.
Propaganda ni
medasi.
Etimi Ghana for. It's a Ghana for nyina ati ase say inflation will form. Na si de ho ordinary economy na yawie. It's say economy is equal to nyina minia. Ni kwa say legon ya high ho. Say your level 100 is your economics. Level 200 we share economics
because it's all defy all the year
ni nyina economy bia no say we look at currency no I appreciate na inflation ba form automatically bia ye eti enu na ehuhia no enu na ehuhia no sa open market operation a all ye what the tosika open market operation any commercial banks no omu fi se sika wo man no dodo ti say we Bank of Ghana ye wo banda wo de ye adwuma inflation band na wo de ye adwuma 8 plus or minus 2 you see 8 inflation of 8% is the ideal inflation for Ghana.
Okay,
sana hwehwemu ada na di Bank of Ghana de ye adwuma anom say anye ye kura no ye
be 10
ya ba from no ye mra from 2
10
yaba from Ayamra from 2 that is 6.
Oh, okay, fine.
10. To 6 to 10. And he say 6 to 10 there. Tama inflation be broke 10 biano. That is it is in danger. And to ekobasa na we BOG boss ube ye bibia ye friend contractionary monetary policy.
Okay.
Contractionary monetary policy no is a policy ye de twi sika efiri o man because say inflation about 10%. In the opinion of the bank, you know, sika wo man no mododo. Nti ama obi ansa ke sika say Peter Nsaka Mensaka Wonsaka ye wi ya yekufufu yo ha ebi anama nka abeto 50 cedis no na okoto dey 100 ebi amso beto dey 100 godon beto 100 ko bosa na enam no besa e ma de onu adua no obetutumi ka na dey
akoto fraba
na kiu no ekoba ho sa de na beba
na bo be kosoro
onso beto obetum ba se ko ba se sika nse de ni ho te ko Peter ade anka obetumi awe nam 100 ba wato say 10 cedis meso makoto 10 cedis a de wo ho no otoni ayento na me fanse wakase wakoto foforo ti ama de wo otoni no so obadwom no obi ama na de no watete ne ma so eno nchia se ne ma yo etina yaye bibi se inflation eburu eba below 6 enye unim de nje enye eba below 6 na se enema no eba form sana it goes against producers omu produce no omu lose a lot in this case the private sector.
Doc, Mr. Echehe baby could do have you do bear 6 months as a seni me no mudi nkomo na mufufu na aya kese timi busa me nua na say aduane dia na ekoso emodu no go don eni pa nto ade wu have you do was eni pa nto ade intima aka che say aduane ya yentwa na kese kakra ma because kofo ma and I
that's the practical thing.
Yeah.
The kobasa na ono as a producer. Oboka de no be. Oni pattern no mu ye adwuma.
Obepam 2-3 of.
Obepam be track. It compromises economic growth. It compromises what? Job creation. Na ye me nwan say in spite of all what we are seeing. And na aburofo o maburu obi anto. Bayerefo yento. Emo yento. Sika ni o manu Bank of Ghana koswa otwisika no enti ama producers no ebre enso so enso ka affect growth no the first quarter Ghana's Express Service economy na grew 6.4 and so Ghana's Express Service is doing the work perfectly for them so what I say the omu be bia no it is not the good way to manage the economy but Ghana's Express Service will bring figures
to correspond
that they are doing very well.
But in reality,
enti wo kasa no be bia wodi fo. Oh,
enkofuyi.
Enti na yes ye chire ma. This one too has economics. This one too is a lecturer of economics. This one too has a PhD. Because sometimes omudika. Because Ghana's Service figures never no. Efe. Ye nim kwa omofa so omunya figures no. Na akos support the BOG ye no. It is a sika no mu chena nim. 17 point something billion now can say this month or much. And you know this month or much. This month is almost a supply 1.2 billion dollars. Now at the time almost year supply and now $1 ye 11 cedis 70 pesos. Until would the year not say intervention or more ye no guano or much 14 billion. And we also open market operation and also 17. To Kabuma over 31 billion or more free system. Say your cheesy can freeze and no na nkofo a omu edika me and my brother
I importers
me and me brother me nua pa or aboso kan okọ Japan ko fa cars babetoni na say onko because oba engine no dey aba na guo ye nto unim say enema koye say ya obi nto enti esa abo masidi no so kra nya ho den che say nka me brother de bi aka 20 ne ba ya ena Peter wakoto makoto ya esa ebe de okwa $60
yeah
ebe ma demand for dollar na akwa but say ya twisi kan fee system ma wankoto kan no de ba ni go
esiwo
enti onko sesa ti ni nyina ma demand for foreign currencies no kofo na sidi na agina so what I say na ade a omu yi godon ade mi no man fan say me ne godon yenya ye wie Wesley College yesi em ko chirade yesi em ko chirade no godon ye tua me ka say 1000 cedis ye tua me so me ka 1000 cedis yenya ye principal superintendents 1000 cedis na no na me hwe me ye nam so me da me mpem once more 1000 no na me me my day ebedi god don say 1000 enso me ti wako bank wakoje 10,000 and wa be bie shop ama na yere nti wo be ko books mu no god don de e ka say 10,000 but okobi a provision shop man na yere nti no na yere tonton a emfaso kra every month onya no is about 3,000 more than ono ne salary nti a man otimi de ne mother eko international school otimi to ton ntade papa ema ne ma wa hai chimbe ho me de me ne me ma single room ne da so what you say enti me ne godon me enu no o hwe me book ma me ne kawo ono uko
Nduko book ma me
ase kai rubber ga wakoje
kapudo na cha
commercial bank wakoje wagege enso so ne hotono pa enti ufa ni book ma enye but ufa me de na beautiful me ne godon me no wana no hotono
ba me na me hotono me
eti Ghana is Jordan fe Ghana under John Mahama is Jordan fe ni book mu ye enso no ho kire
no
so eti economy no enye sabi yesi yesuma ban banyansani
banyana motenten
enyana montenten in fact the people managing the economy today me hwe oma mitimi hu say omunim de ene omu suahunu e we economy no ehwa enti ombema enchema brepa because omu ye nyina no ebubogu ho ana yenya ami bank of Ghana service as they defend me me kwa the new coach ni ba na emi wanwo ni selection na oye no work up here no baby how na say ko select ni pan from Ghana service onya 5 defenders wo ho and onya 5 attackers from BOG
and obeya 2 creators
and enya am goalkeeper from Jubilee House am say kebe when work up Ghana service they are defending when BOG is attacking they are also defending with the figures we don't know how they are getting the figures we don't know how they are getting the figures. Oh, it is serious. Now we are na CSOs no matter, especially the so-called senior CSOs guys. Sometimes some of them almost showing maybe but na me sha na me hunza Ghana ya kofom sikaye ya da na me da bia me kon sa